Hello everyone, I am Wealth, and you're here for a study session. Obviously, you don't know. If you didn't know this, then you shouldn't have clicked on this video. If you don't understand ninth grade geometry, I'm here to teach you, because I honestly don't know what I'm doing with my life as well. So basically, if you're confused, midpoint formula is used in a slope. I should have put images. I'm actually fucking stupid. Q Desmos. Q Desmos. I actually hate Desmos so much. You don't understand how much I actually genuinely hate Desmos. I hope Desmos burns in the ground. I hate Desmos. That is not a joke. If you see me in Desmos and outside, I will beat someone up. If you're confused about math, I don't know why you're here. I'm also confused with math. Where's stupid math? Am I actually schizo? Okay, so I'm not schizo. It's just genuinely not there. Radical. Okay, whatever that is not a radical sign. That's being schizophrenic. But if you just did to listen to me yap the entire time, then yeah, I guess so. Whatever. So, midpoint and distance formula. This is geometry, which is ninth grade math. So a way to explain it is midpoint formula. x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2 overall, in general. So, the point of midpoint formula, if you couldn't guess by the stupid ass name and the root word, it stands for midpoint. Fuck. Midpoint formula stands for middle of the line. So basically, all you have to do, and I didn't graph it yet. Okay, TSPMO. Just wait. Good, that's good enough. As you can see, we have our 2 points connecting from here to here, and my line is crooked, like my life. But I don't see me. You don't see me complaining. Do you see this very, very crooked line I want to kill myself with? Yeah, this line is essentially your midpoint formula. Sorry, is your equation that you're trying to solve. 4, 5 is obviously here, and 2, negative 3 is obviously here. So, in order to find midpoint formula, you gotta apply midpoint formula. I don't know what you want. So, over here, I forgot to do the rest, but I think you can do it. Do you see this? Do you see this? So you take their product. This is 6, and this is 2. So what happens next? I'll let you do that. If you can't do that, click off this video, or continue watching if you want to actually learn how to solve it. That's right, you divide by 2 for people who actually said that. If you didn't, you're stupid. Now you take this, divide by 2. Take this, divide by 2. If you need to pull out a calculator for this, you're stupid, but I'm also going to do that at this point. But no, I'm not. Okay, there we go. So now you have 3, 1. Now this is your midpoint. Now your midpoint is 3, 1. Can you graph 3, 1 on a graph? If you can't, click off this video. Just kidding, I'm going to choke myself. 3, 1. 3, 1 on this graph. That is not... 3, 1 is right there, but my line's crooked, so you can't tell if that's right or not. 3, 1. There you go. That's how you do midpoint formula. If you don't understand it in simpler terms, I will solve it for you. x1 will be always your first coordinate. x1 will be the first coordinate. Oh my god. x1 is the first set of coordinates, is the x value. x2 is the second pair of coordinates in the x value. In this equation, it's 4 and 2. y1 will always be the first set of coordinates, but in the y value, and negative 3 here is our y2 in the second coordinate. Do you get it? Why do we divide by 2? Because you're finding the middle. And how do you find the middle? You divide by 2. Because 10 divided by 2 is 5, and that's the middle of 10. So half. Does that explain it to you? If that didn't, click off this distance formula. Of course, you can't really find... if you're not looking for the midpoint, which I don't get why, but who cares. Distance. Distance is x2 minus x1, and y2 minus y... I think these should be flipped. Oopsie, I'm gonna move these around. I genuinely don't know. Here. So, distance formula. you have 2x minus x1. Oh my, x2 minus x1 to the power of 2, and y2 minus y1 to the power of 2. So, here in this equation, you would write it as literally, you would write it as frigging arm 4 minus 2 to the power of 2. I'm not doing that, but like, you get my point. Fine, here. Is that better? Is that better? Is that what you want from me? This is insanely stupid. Bam. Bam. That's your x. Now you have to do your y. What's y2? If you don't answer me, I will slap you across the face with my 5 fingers I have, totally. 5 minus 3. If you don't understand how to do how minusing works, you shouldn't be here. I think you're in like, I don't know, 3rd grade math. But okay, this is embarrassing. Okay, so when you have 2 minuses, obviously they become neutral, like 2 negatives become positive, and it becomes a plus. So you add 3 instead of subtract. Now you have to put them into their values, and now you have the square root. You have to put it to the power of 2, which shouldn't be hard because you're 9th grader, right? Or 10th grader taking geometry, or somebody who's taking geometry or doing this type of course and need a refresher. Well, obviously, here's a yap session for you, so I don't really know. If you think about it, why do aliens have toes? I don't even know what I'm going on about. I'm just being drunk. Okay, so now you have 4 and 16. Oh, I'm actually schizo. I mean 64. I am actually schizophrenic. If y'all didn't know that already, I'm very schizophrenic. Now you have these two numbers. Now you add them together. Once you add them together, you get 60. Okay, Google, I know how to do this, you stupid. So now you figure out your distance. The distance formula can be seen as finding the hypotenuse. In a triangle, when you have leg A and leg B, you can find the hypotenuse, which is our distance here. Our distance would be 68. Or if you were to break it down, you could have always break it down to maybe 4 sheep ball 68. Oh my gosh, Ken, have you guys ever had that moment where you're thinking of the word and don't know what it is? It's me too, every day. Factors, there you are. Oh my god. Okay, so it's 17.4. Okay. So now you have 4 and... Are you shitting me right now? Okay, so you have 4 here, plus here 17. Okay, this might look really weird to you, but here's a little explanation for you. 68. Once you have your length, if it's not turning into a perfect square, as in like, if you were to square root 4, it would be 2, which is a perfect square. Perfect squares are formed when you multiply two the same numbers together, and they give you the result. As in 81, where you divide it, if you multiply 9 twice, which is a square, which is giving it to the power of 2, you get 81. But then doing the square root of 81, you get 9. So obviously, I don't know what 17 is, so I'm obviously not going to do that. Obviously, 17 is not a perfect square, but 4 is. This can be put down to 2, and then 17. This could be, if your teacher says to put it in simplest rational form, I don't know. But in the simplest form possible of distance, this would be your answer, 217. When breaking this down, it can be broken down further into perfect squares, as in 2 and 17. So 2 multiplied by their 17. But automatically, it is very difficult to do it, and I found it difficult myself. So, of course, I don't expect anyone to do it right. Inscribed angles and intercepted angles. They might not seem like familiar terms to you, or either you're not paying attention in class, it's either one, or you're snacking like a fat. Word inscribe, I don't know what it is, but all I know is inscribed angle means that it should be in the in the oh my god, in the damn circle, the outline of the circle, the perimeter of the circle. It means it's inscribed into this. It is inscribed into the circle. Understanding that is a little difficult, I get that, but still, you can understand it regardless. So now you have this poorly drawn circle with a triangle inside, right? This is called an inscribed angle, obviously. An intercepted angle. What is an intercepted angle, you ask? I don't know that one either. All I can tell you is that this is T, and this is S. And this is D. ST. We're gonna find TSD. I love TSD, guys. You can't say the opposite way around because that's not how it works, because it goes TDS or STDT. This is really setting me up for failing. So here. This is your inscribed angle. This is your intercepted angle. This curved part from S to T. This is the intercepted angle. This is the intercepted angle. I don't know what to tell you. So, for equations like these, let's say your inscribed angle is, I don't know, 30. If the inside is 30, what would make the outside? If you remember it, I don't know what you want to do. Just I don't know. Just sit there and wait. Since this is 30, this is known as the inscribed angle, like I mentioned before. This would be 60. How, you may ask? I don't know myself. Just ask the Google. I'm just kidding. No. So, in an inscribed angle, an intercepted angle, the relationship between them goes from in to out. On the inside, it is way smaller, as you can see, and this is way bigger. The inscribed angle will always be half the intercepted angle size. Well, the intercepted angle will always be 2 times the size of the inscribed angle. Can you find the relationship between this inscribed angle and intercepted angle? Of course you can't. You came here to watch the video to learn. It is 2 times bigger or 2 times smaller. The relationship in general is 2 times. I don't know why I made that bubble. Don't ask me why. In and out. Like the In-N-Out burger. Because they're always going to be 2 times better than McDonald's. Well, out and in is a rip-off version of in and out, which you divide by 2. Keep this in mind when you're using inscribed angles and intercepted angles. Oh my gosh, can I fluffing center this? Can I fluffing center it? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, this is what you call a central angle. Central angles will be in the freaking center, which is what oh my. Okay, you get the point. Central angles are in the middle. TSD. TSD is a happy little angle, but it's connected to a central point, not an inscribed angle point. What's the difference between these two? Say it out loud like a crazy person, like you're schizophrenic. That's right. This thing is in the center. So, central angle. This central angle, guess what the answer will be? Freaking 40. How, you may ask? Oh, how is that possible, you stupid bitten? Oh, I'm teaching here. Intercepted angle, which is the outside ray, obviously, from D to T. This part might be confusing to most people, but here I'll explain. This is further away from this. This is way closer. Half of it. This is 2 times distance. Since this is already in the center and this is closer to it, they both are equal to each other. So in a central angle, in and out are the same. Like all fries, fries from In-N-Out are so delicious. Oh my gosh, I kind of want one now. Do you guys ever drink the milkshakes from there? I actually kind of want one right now. Dilations. I will teach you about dilations. Dilations is a certain type of transformation in a triangle. Here I will be showing you 2 different types of dilations. Dilating is a way of transformations to make a shape larger or smaller. Is that dilate? What is dilate? Dilate. Dilate. Oh my gosh, I actually can't spell. I'm going to get cooked on my English final. Dilate this triangle. When you dilate a factor by a certain number, what do you think? You don't think anything, of course. But I mean, what do you know? Nothing, of course. But I'm just kidding. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so when you dilate the factor by of 2, you multiply both of the values, both, not one, but both of the values by the factor. You will always multiply it. Never divide. Actually, yes, divide, but like, whatever, simple terms. So, if you dilate this triangle by the factor of 2, you multiply 0 and 4. 2 times 0 is 0 still. And this is 8. Here, it remains the negative, so you have negative 4 and negative 2. I don't think, if you say no to my face again, I will slap you, just know that. There's no way you can't see this, and I'm blind. Why do you think I have glasses on? Let's see. Let's go this way. And then let's go up. We're going up, up, up is our voice. Yo. So, do you see how big the triangle got? Because this is because you dilated the triangle by 2 times. This is 2 times the original thing. All because you multiplied all the values by 2. Now, I will teach you how to dilate this triangle by the factor of 1/2. First, all these numbers are even, or like horribly even. I don't know what I was doing with that one. I thought I was schizo for a moment, which I am, but I have to teach you anyways. So, when you dilate the factor by 1/2, how much is 1/2 in a whole number? That's right. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I mean, 1/2 is 0.5. So obviously, you see how the numbers are smaller, and I'm not going to graph this. Supplementary. What are supplementary pairs? You see, supplementary pairs and linear pairs are known as one. They can form a 180. And if you don't know what a 180 is, get off this video. 180 is half of a circle. How much is a circle? Yeah, 360. Everybody looking at. And how much is a triangle in general? I mean, a circle in general? Yeah, 360. So now, if you want to solve this, you take 40 plus 180 plus, I don't know why, and you get 220. 220, 360. So this angle, the missing angle here is 140. This would be 140. This would be 180. You get it now? You don't? I don't care, because I also don't get it. So here, linear pairs, supplementary. Can you tell me what can form 180? A hell of a lot. I'm just saying a hell of a lot can form it. But to be short, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. They're all known as linear pairs. Huh? What's alternate exterior? I don't know, because I can't hear you, because I'm talking to myself like a schizophrenic person. So, alternate exterior. Alternates, when you think of alternate, you think of bam, bam, because they're alternating from each other. They're alternating from each other, right? If you don't think that, I really want to shoot you in the head. But right now, I'm teaching. So, alternate exterior. What does an exterior mean? If you don't know what exterior is, then I don't blame you, but still. So, exterior is the outside, like A and B or G and H. These are exteriors. Alternates. This and these are alternates. This and this are alternating from each other. So A and H would be an alternate exterior. It goes diagonal from each other, and it's on the exterior side. Oh wow, but I don't know what alternate interior is. No, shush, I'm doing it right now. Alternate is the same. It applies the same, like A and H, B and G, C and F, D and E. This is interior. So what's the interior? It's the sides that are inside, like C and D and E and F. An alternate interior would be C and F. This is because C is on the inside and it's alternating from F, and D is on the inside and alternating from E. Uppy, they be trying to copy. I'm the shit. Nah. Okay, so, low-key, I did not take notes on vertical and adjacent, so good luck on that one. I will kill myself over that one. I will mull over that, but I'm pretty sure everyone could figure that out. So corresponding, so A and E are in the same placement if you were to cut them off like that. A and E are in the same place, B and F are in the same place, G and C are in the same place, and D and H. That is how you find corresponding. You know how to find Y? Obviously not, but like, it's, okay, whatever, shut up. So 140 is, if we look back on this chart, A is E. Where does E go? Here. And where's this? A. So you can move. You could be able to move. You can, by this logic, you can say 140 is right here. 140 is right here. By saying that, 140 is basically here. And now, what do you do when you see a straight line? It's 180, because if you form a circle like this, oh my gosh, if you form a circle like this, it automatically, you can see as you can see, it's half a circle, so it's 180. But if you don't know how to solve it, you should probably go back to like 7th grade or 8th grade, because this is where they taught you how to solve equations with variables. 140 minus itself, so you get y by itself, and then you minus that to 180, it gives you 40. So that y would be equal to 40. Vertical angle, oops, yeah. So this should be also 140, because vertical angles are equal to each other. So here, A and D are vertical angles. BC is vertical angles. EH is a vertical angle, and FG is a vertical angle. I need to change my keybinds because I generally know I will click the enter. I've clicked the enter and minus button so many times it's not even funny.